Hey, welcome in everybody. We are jumping back in. This is week 5 of the 2025 season. Is that right? Yeah, 2025 season. Yes. And I wanted to do a quick recap for the first quarter. As we can see, the Cowboys are 4-0. Chicago's 3-1, Detroit 3-1, and Seattle and San Francisco tied at 4-0 in the NFC West. So it looks like some teams, quite a few teams, are actually off to a great start. The Cowboys, if we come back here, we can look, they're number one in points scored. Go figure, right? Number one in passing yards, 13 in rush, right? 5 in points allowed, and fourth overall in passing yards allowed, right? But we are middle of the pack, 17 in rush yards. Cowboys will be facing the Jets this week. League leaders, Dak Prescott, league leader in yards, and I believe touchdowns as well with 14. 1,500 yards, 14 touchdowns so far. And then we can see Jalen Tolbert. Okay, Jalen Tolbert. All right, you know what? I didn't see this coming. League leader in yards and not touchdowns though. Look at Jackson Smith and Jigba. Jackson Smith and Jigba already has 8. Okay, so that's where we're sitting right there. Let's see. That is our goals for this week. Five sacks, allow less than 24 points, get 350 total yards offense, right? And 15 first downs, right? We want to control the ball and we want to move it. And then you can see we're averaging about almost 500 yards a game. So we'll have to take a look at that, right? And if we look at our roster as it stands right now, there's been some changes even from the beginning of the season. So we jump in. So we still got Guyton, Smith, Beebe, Steele at guard, and Jalen Travis, the rookie, over at right tackle, right? And you can see Hinton has improved quite a bit, and right now is actually giving Travis a run for his money right there. So it's going to be tough trying to keep him off a starting position. And look at Brock Hoffman. Brock Hoffman says, I ain't going away. I ain't going anywhere either. Right? So right now, though, we lost Jake Ferguson. Okay. He's on IR. He's going to be gone for the next 6, 7, 8 weeks. Schoonmaker is going to be starting for us. And then we picked up Gerald Everett. And then Brevin Spanford is backing them up. Right? So wide receivers, we got CD Lamb and Ibuka. Tolbert, who's killing it, right? And Turpin, along with Mingo and Lambert Smith, right? Keandre Lambert Smith. And he just had his first touchdown, his first career touchdown. Javonte Williams started out pretty strong, but the running game has kind of, the last couple of games, gone by the wayside. We'll have to take a look at that. And it could be the CPU versus CPU mod that's causing that. I am going to give it one more game and take a look before I decide. Will Howard is back, so he is now the backup with Ryder, or Desmond Ryder, the third string. So we still have Lipke. On defense, yes, we signed Larry Ogunjobi, right? Because we lost Zeke Biggers, right? So we have Smith, Ogunjobi in our base, Odigizua, Solomon Thomas, and that's it. So these are our power pigs, and Ogunjobi's not really a power pig. Got Nealon and Parsons on the edge being backed up. And as you can see, when Parsons get a little tired, we can slide Osa into end in our base package, right? Got Morrison and Diggs on the edges, right? Carson and Elam backing them up. Blackman and Eddie Jackson in at free safety. We got Overshown, Murray, and Munden, right? That's our base. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to give Murray the start this week, just to see. I've not been overly impressed with Simpson, even though I mean his overall says he should be starting. Well, we're gonna see. Special teams, Aubrey and Anger. Deuce is going to be the main. Deuce and Blue are going to be my kick returners. Where Turpin just concentrating on punt. And then in special, right? So Ogunjobi and Osa are going to be my tackles in the nickel, with Thomas coming in there spelling them, and then Williams and Parsons on the edge with Nealon backing up both. Mondon and Overshone are my base linebackers with Simpson spelling them, and then Carson is my nickel. Lamb is in the slot. And then my third down back is Blue, and Johnson, my power back. On the practice squad, we got Badger, Perry, Yosevich. We got McClendon and Richards and Nathan Thomas as our linemen. We do have Cam Mitchell, Corey Trice, and Emmanuel Forbes as our DBs in waiting. And then we got Drew Sanders, Dwan Black, and Cam Jackson as our defensive tackle. So that's where we're sitting. So, like I said, four games in, we are 4-0, which is crazy. We've had some barn burners, well, some nail biters, really, tell you the truth. If we actually look at our schedule, this one took a bit to try to, and then it says three played. That's because we had to start over 2 times. Yeah, it was annoying, but we finally got it done. Yeah, so that one wasn't such a barn burner, but we had to come from behind in the first 2 games of the season. So those were pretty biters right there. And it was crazy because we won last minute drives to take the game, take the lead, and win the game. And then we just, I don't know, just blew the doors off the Panthers. And it wasn't until late in the game when they finally did score. And then the Commanders, it was touch and go in the first half. It was pretty even up. And then all of a sudden, the boys just kept pulling away. And then it just ended up looking like that. So there we have it. So you can see here the next 4 games before our next kind of recap will be the Jets, at the Chargers, and then home against the Chiefs and Commanders. So again, we'll meet up during the bye week in week 9 and go over where they are, but that's it. So without much further ado, oh wait, real quick, since we have it here, let's look at the standings, right? And then that way we can see all the teams. So we can see there's quite a few undefeated teams. And what's kind of surprising to see there, Patriots 4-0. So the Ravens and the Patriots are 4-0. And I think actually the lowest scoring team, yeah, number 1 scoring defense is the Patriots. And then the Ravens. And there we are. And then the highest scoring team is the Cowboys, and then the 49ers. So, yeah, right now. But that's where we're sitting. So right now the Bengals are being the Bengals right now. That's how they start out, and they just refuse to start their season any other way but behind the 8 ball. So we'll see if they can turn it around. I don't know of any major injuries or anything like that. Then you got the Dolphins and the Jags and the Panthers. Whoa, you got quite a few 1-win teams. So Now, without further ado, we will. Yeah, there we go. So you see, those are our matchups this week. We got. Ooh, I don't know if this. I don't know if the Bengals are going to get a win this. Well, they're at home. They're hosting the Ravens, but it doesn't look that promising, right? And then let's see, any other strong matchups? San Francisco, Chicago. That's going to be an interesting one, especially with the start with San Francisco, Buffalo, New England. This is Buffalo's chance to try to catch up a little bit. They're 2 games behind. So, and then here's a chance for the Chargers to tie things up with Kansas City. So, we'll see. Okay, guys. Well, oops, wrong button. We will jump into the game. I'm going to try to stay quiet and just let the game play like you normally tune in for. So, Cowboys Jets should be interesting in Arlington, Texas. All right, guys. Let's just get it started and then we'll see you soon.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see Dak Prescott. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Cowboys and the Jets. All that and more coming up next.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. And just like that, the season has reached October. Joined by Brock Hewitt up here in the booth. I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, I don't know about you, but I always feel like the smells start to change in October. It just really starts to smell like fall, smell like football, second month of the regular season. And these next few games take on a greater importance moving forward.
Gosh, I wish I had a sense of smell. Mine is so bad, but I love what you're cooking right there. And I love this stretch of games because it makes a lot of teams contenders and a bunch of the other sellers as the trade deadline arrives here at the end of the month. You go on a hot streak heading into Halloween and things will be looking great, but flounder the...
Ball teed up. Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And here we go from AT&T Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So the Jets take the field for their first drive. And bringing them out, an electrifying runner and a former first-round pick back in 2021, Justin Fields.
And all those touchdowns he had last week, Kate, he traded every one of them in exchange for a victory. It's team over individual for him. So even though he himself is coming off the exact type of showing you want, that kind of efficiency usually wins you games, he's not happy about it. And he will be focusing on rectifying those things here.
That's caught. It's Breece Hall. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35. Well, as we get a look at their key inactives this week, we can tell they've dealt with their fair share of injuries, but Brock still playing a lot of winning football.
They've just been able to feed off that adversity. Every time they've won with guys out, you can just feel it's like a boost. Just that boost of morale that we can do this. And those guys who are out, the ones recovering, well, you know they love to see it. It's pushing them to recover and get back out there so they can be a part of this run.
Fields now on third. That's caught for the first. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. 16 yards on the play. And it's good enough for a New York first down. The Jets take their first time out. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Hall running between the tackles. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Cowboys territory. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Here's Hall once more. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. The tackle made by Mozzie Smith. All right, Cowboys showing nickel set, 3rd down. Fields out of the gun. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Now a man who was an all-conference punter at nearby SMU. Thomas Morstead out to send it away. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. And as this hits and heads out, we wait for the mark, but it should be right on the 20. So now the Cowboys getting an opportunity to send their offense out for the first time. Bringing them out is a Mississippi State 4th-round pick in 2016 who's found considerable success in this league, Dak Prescott.
And he's more than happy to get the win last week, but there's still something probably nagging at him. He only needed one more good completion to have one of those really rare 500-yard games in the NFL. I'm sure it'll be tough for him to match that performance this week, or maybe any week, but it has him coming in hot, confident, and believing in what he can do.
2nd down, here's Prescott again. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Dak now from the gun. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. Dallas sends its punting unit onto the field. He punted 4 times last week in the win, and his first of this week is away. Escapes a defender. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Officially a 69-yard punt. What a kick. And it'll be Jets football. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Shotgun snap to Fields. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. That was Michael Parsons making that play. And the Cowboys bringing on an extra DB here. 3rd down coming. Out of the shotgun, Fields. Able to find Corley. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. On the counter, Hall. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 47. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Now it's Fields. Throwing this back in the end zone. And that one's incomplete. Pretty fortunately so. That was a big risk, nearly an end zone turnover. Instead, it brings up 4th down. Thomas Morstead heading back out for the punt. Cavante Turpin on the return for the Cowboys. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Back out come the Cowboys for their 2nd drive. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. Not on the same page with his tight end. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Throwing again is Dak. Got Lamb, and it's complete. Has some daylight through the 40. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's good for a Cowboys first down. First down, here's Dak. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Another throw for Prescott. Pass is hauled in by the running back. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Dak throwing again. He finds the rookie from Ohio State. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And without much room, he's going to go down at the 32-yard line. A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. Second down now, 7 to go. From the gun is Prescott. Has him on the quick hitter. Breaks through, and he might break away. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 20. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Here's Dak. That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Prescott here from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Oh, that is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make an impact later.
Gay's kick is good. And they're on the board.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here comes Williams on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now here comes the New York offense. And they're hoping they can keep the punter off the field this time around, Brock, after he's been called upon each of their first 2 possessions.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
2nd down and 10. Fields. Into traffic. Complete. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. To the line we go. They're set. 1st and 10. Ooh, a little movement along the line there. That's going to cost the defense 5 yards. So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards. Fields looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. From the gun, it's Hall. They'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Looking to throw Fields. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll give the Jets a first down. They'll send him over right. That's complete to the sideline. Not a ton of room, but he does get the feet down. Second down now, 7 to go. Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Kalen Carson with the tackle. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through one quarter. Just a field goal separates these two. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Jets football. They're moving it well, but now face a 3rd and short. Pressure coming. It's Fields. Has his man. It's Corley. And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York. The Jets take a second quarter lead. Malachi Corley, the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
This one is up and good. And the Jets take a 4-point lead. It's all lined up. Morstead ready to send this flying. Brings in the kick at the 9. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They're out and set. 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense headed out there. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they... Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 18 at the 20-yard line.
Another try following the sack. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it. The Cowboys setting out their punting unit. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The Jets and Malachi Corley set for this next possession. That one scored as a massive 67-yard effort. And they're going to take over possession. Sending the tight end in motion left. Play action, Fields. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. They're on him again, and he goes down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down. Fields out of the gun. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down. Here comes the punting unit for the Jets. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Fair catch called for and taken just beyond midfield. No return on that punt. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Short pass brought in. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
At the Jets' 48-yard line.
From the 48. Lamb's got it on the sideline. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline. 3rd and just 2 to go.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
To throw, Prescott. That's going to be caught by Everett. Jukes one defender, and he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
For a Cowboys. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Up the gut they go with Williams. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 24. Hauled in by Lamb, right side. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Prescott now to throw on 3rd down. That's incomplete left side. So 4th down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. It's on the right hash for this 39-yarder. Gay's kick is good. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. They come in on a little 2-game skid, Brock, but in control of this one so far. He loses the football. And the Cowboys scoop it up. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
The Cowboys about set to take over. And they settled for a field goal on their last series, so points are a positive, but they'll look to upgrade to a touchdown here. First down, here's Dak. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Throwing again is Dak. Passing struggles, bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
10 yards to go.
Dak now from the gun. On the move, headed right. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Here's a give on 1st and goal. And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just 1.
This is why it's so important not to overcommit to the team's lead runner. It went to a secondary ball carrier, and they cut him down for a big red zone stop.
Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. So now, here's 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Williams. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Brandon Aubrey on for the Cowboys field goal. A 23-yard attempt.
Gay's kick is good. And they've taken back the lead.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range. He's delivering.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. The Jets offense now set to take over. And their defense held up after that fumble, only gave up 3, so time for this offense to make it up to them, get some points of their own. Able to find Corley. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Tackle made by Trayvon Diggs.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 35-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. Finds his target, Hall. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Motioning the tight end now. On 1st and 10, it's Fields. Short pass caught by his tight end. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Receiver in motion going left. Off play action, it's Fields. Fires right away, but incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it's going to be 2nd down. Another throw for Fields. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Looking to throw Fields. Able to hit Hall. Complete. And he's able to get this down to the 36. So the Jets are going to try a field goal on 4th down. Greg Zerline headed out. Ball spotted on that right hash, 53 yards out. It's no good. It had the leg, but his aim wide right. And instead of taking a 1-point lead, they trail by 2. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Dak to the air here. He's going to dump this one off to the fullback. Complete. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Second and 13. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the 1st.
A gain of 10 makes it 3rd and 3.
3rd and short here, trying to pass. Into traffic, complete. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. The Cowboys signaling for their 1st time out.
10 at the 42-yard line.
Here's a give, fullback headed up the gut. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 38. Throw complete to Williams. And he's able to get this down to the 36. 3rd and 4 coming up now.
On the play brings up 3rd and 4.
Prescott will look to throw. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. So 4th down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. This is a 50-yard look from the right hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. So we've hit the end of 2. The Cowboys fighting to the halftime lead here in Dallas. Now we'll head over to Orlando, Florida. Check in with Jonathan Coachman for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin with a couple of the classic franchises in the NFL. Washington on the road, taking on Green Bay at Lambeau. And it's the Packers who have the lead in that one. 3 touchdown passes there for Jordan Love. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to the Motor City to check on the Lions at home in Detroit. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Jordan Addison, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. As you can see the score there in the 2nd quarter. Darius Slayton, a touchdown reception. These 2 teams heading out of the tunnel, and we're ready to get back to it. For the call of the second half, here is the great Kate T. Scott. Kate?
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. This is taken in at the 13. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Dallas with its offense headed out for our first possession of the half. 1st and 10, Prescott. It's taken in by Lamb. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Johnson up the middle. And he's able to get it past midfield and down into the Jets side. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 48. Has him on the quick hitter. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10.
And the Cowboys first down.
Play action, Prescott. Bails out of the pocket quick. Now here he goes. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. He's throwing deep to the left side. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Sinthro on the coverage.
Here we go, 2nd and very long. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Another throw for Prescott. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up. Their punter making his way out now. Brian Anger, the one to send it away. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. And they were giving him no chance to return this one. It soars over the sideline deep in enemy territory. Looks like right around the 8. The Jets out to begin another drive. They left a few on the table their last time out, Brock, settling for a field goal, trying to miss the mark. And he stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Throwing from near his own goal line. And the pressure gets home. He doesn't throw it in time. That's a safety. Well, this has been one of the big stories of the game, partner. He's been sacked over and over and over here. And this time, cost him more than just yards. It cost him 2 points and possession. Former quarterback, man, what are you thinking at this point in the game?
I'm thinking I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the training room to get my body right. And I think were you Marshawn Lynch right there? Over and over
there
and
you
over.
Go. Let's go. After surrendering the safety, they're out to boot it away. And they'll have great field position, Brock, after the unforced error on the kickoff. A handoff for Williams, running left. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Has it downfield, working the left. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Johnson gets it on 1st and 10. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
It's the pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. At the 18-yard line.
Now Dak to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. Short pass brought in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
Second and 5 at the 7-yard line.
Back to throw, here's Dak. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Dak throwing again. And he sails that one over the end zone. So 4th down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Gay's kick is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
That's a handful of field goals for him now, Kate. In fact, 5 in this game, and they've needed every one of them to put together the lead they do have as we sit here at this point in the game.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. The Jets have their offense ready to go again. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in
1st and 10 now from the 30. Play action, Fields. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Let's be real clear, there is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they've made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks.
He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down.
First sack, wobbled the cart. This one, I think, sent it off the rails entirely. Taking the L on each of the first 2 plays leaves this offense looking at a very unlikely 3rd down pickup.
Brought in right side. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And it's going to be their football coming up. Here's Williams to start the drive. And this one doesn't go far. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
From the gun is Prescott. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Prescott here from the gun. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Big play gets him across midfield, sets him up 1st and 10 from the 40.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
To throw is Prescott. Caught by his fullback behind the line. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Completed over the middle. And he gets down to the 24 before he stops. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st. Give to the fullback, diving straight ahead. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, I'm not sure the defense expected that give to the fullback. By the time they shook off the surprise, he was through the line and headed to the 2nd level.
Throwing on first is Prescott. Has it in close. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
First down. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Williams will not score, and it's not going to get back to the line either. I think he lost close to 3 on that play.
A loss of 3.
Backed up to the 4-yard line now. It's 2nd and goal.
At the 4-yard line.
To throw, Prescott gets this to Johnson. And in for the Dallas touchdown. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out. And it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chance for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw, but hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
Extra point from Aubrey is up and good. And the Cowboys take a 3-possession lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Here comes their offense out again. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. They'll start this one out with Hall. Made him 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They send the tight end in motion. From the 36. Able to hit Hall, complete. And he's downed after getting us up to the 41. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. Tight end motioning right. Off play action, it's Fields. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Cowboys scoop it up. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. Even though they've got a 3-score lead, still a lot of time left, so they're going to try to grow it even further. 1st and 10, Prescott. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Draw play. This is Williams. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. And it's a nickel look from the Jets. 3rd down. Dak now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. So 4th down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. This one from 42 yards out. Gay's kick is good. And that extends the lead to 20.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Jets are headed back out there now. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Fields out of the gun. Finds his target Hall. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Tight end in motion right. From the 38. Got it deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security.
Another turnover. This time it's an interception. And the Cowboys are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Oh, boy. They cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and two very different tones and tenors on these two sidelines. One coach is pleading, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done.
Now an inside give to Johnson. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Offense set for a 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Straight ahead with Williams. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 21. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's good for a Cowboys. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Dak off the play fake. Buying some time left. And he will score. It's a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys put up even more points in a win. It's a Dak Prescott touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end brought the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down. And when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
That one right down the middle. And the Cowboys grow their lead yet again. Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. Now this offense getting set to work here. And Brock, I know the goal is always points every drive, but I think just as big a goal, got to play clean football here. You cannot give it away for a 3rd consecutive possession.
Yeah, we call that rebuilding some confidence in yourself as a group, right? Just to execute without the mistakes. Pros, you can shake off a turnover with ease, but back-to-back, even the seasoned vets have a little trouble getting past that.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Shotgun snap to Fields. Able to find Corley. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
At their 48-yard line.
From the 48. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Another throw for Fields. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. That's cut beyond the marker. Touchdown, New York! The Jets making the scoreboard look a touch better. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That's up and through for the point after. And the Jets still have a lot of work to do, Brock. It's a 20-point difference now. It's all lined up. Morstead ready to send this flying. He fields it from the 8. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Cowboys and quarterback Dak Prescott ready to get back to work. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And he's brought down up across the 30-yard line. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Oh, love this. He gets another one. Keep feeding that fullback, baby. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. So now here's 3rd and 5. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Short pass brought in. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Caught him across the line early there. That's an easy call for our officials. Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage. Running it after the penalty. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign where they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Here's a give up the middle now to their fullback. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 6.
Going right back to the fullback. Next play. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. That's a pickup of 9. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Dallas. Cowboys about to move to a perfect 5-0 this season. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Playing favorites with the fullback here. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Going left side, Williams with it. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone. It's a gain of 6, and they only need half of that now on 3rd and 3. From the gun is Prescott. The juke gets him some running room. Nowhere really for him to go. He steps out, and they're going to lose some yardage.
Offering on for the Cowboys field goal. A 39-yard attempt.
Gay's kick is good. And they push their lead to 23.
A Can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm going to go there, Kate. We got to start discussing his stamina with all these attempts. This is weeks of work in one game, and he just keeps getting the job done. Now just one make away from tying the NFL record.
This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Their offense running back out now. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, Fields. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down. Fields looking to throw. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it'll be their football. Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. And we'll see if those 3 timeouts get used defensively, Brock, but this one is over either way. They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in, just as that knee goes down.
So it's a win for the Cowboys. And the sting of losing such a close one the week before, apparently still at the forefront of their minds. They got out there and rebounded nicely with a win this week. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Cowboys are winners as we say so long from Dallas.